Yo, Henry, average use slow pitch. Today, I'm getting a chance to bring out Joey Kampfer's all-new Axe Fury. This is a 12.5-inch barrel, full ounce end load. Shout out Joey on getting his HB exclusive axe. Got a chance to play with Joey last year on Sports Reach. The dude absolutely kills it, puts in all the work you can imagine. Over with West Point now this year, so if you want to see him swinging this, go ahead, check out some West Point games. I know I saw him taking some hacks with this over at the Sin City Classic this weekend, and well, it sounded great, and as always, Joey's killing the ball. But we'll go ahead, throw this thing on the tester, 52s, ProMs, come back with final compression, final thoughts. All right, let's see where Joey Kampfer's axe starts. Again, this is that 12.5-inch barrel, full ounce end load. Again, shout out to Joey. Got a chance to play with him with Sports Reach last year. Absolute stud, and I mean, he puts in all the work. So right at 260. So as we've seen with kind of the two-piece models, the 260 mark is most likely going to hold all the way throughout. But either way, let's get our 52s, ProMs, and we'll come back final question, final thoughts. All right, we're going to start with the 52s on Joey's bat. Again, if you're looking to see this thing in game action, minus obviously who ends up buying it, you can find Joey over with West Point. Next up for him will be the Hall of Fame duel out there.
102 miles per hour.
Well, that one felt nice. And if I'm not mistaken, I believe this is the first 12.5-inch barrel from Axe that I can think of. I know last year you had the 12-inch was the max load. You had a bunch of 13s, KPs. OG KPs was a 12, Zane's a 13. But I've talked about in the past, 12.5 is my favorite. It's one reason I gamed the MR1 as well. I just find it's like that perfect balance of sweet spot plus forgiveness. So without the last one fell with 52s, I'm real excited to see how it does with ProMs.
79 miles per hour. 104 miles per hour.
Oh yeah, this one feels, so far this one feels the best of the Furies this year, of the U-Trips Furies. Well, that's all the Furies, but with the 52s, I mean, whether it's that 12.5-inch barrel or that 1 ounce end load mixed with kind of the not long, not short barrel right there in the middle, 12.5, but this one feels real nice.
83 miles per hour. 103 miles per hour.
Two more.
82 miles per hour. 93 miles per hour.
Hard to tell what, oh goodness, heads up. Okay. Whew. Hard to tell with the 52, but I do feel like I caught that one a little higher with the barrel. But again, axe forgiveness is really second to none. Right there with, like, Juno, I think, is another one that's crazy forgiving as well.
80 miles per hour. 102 miles per hour.
Yeah, that's going to wrap it up for the 52s. Again, I think so far for me, this is the best performing of the Fury line for the 52s. We'll talk about more in the final thoughts, but we'll top over now to what you really care about, which is the ProMs. All right, Kampfer's 12.5 max load. Again, in case maybe you skipped over the whole first part of the video, straight to ProMs.
108 miles per hour.
Yeah, the extra end load, you definitely don't have to swing too hard. That one floated in just a little. Just try to get the hands to it, and well, we saw the end result.
102 miles per hour.
Slight miss. Slight miss, we get 102 off the fence.
93 miles per hour. 110 miles per hour.
Oh boy. 110 on a line and in our parking lot.
110?
110. That's what we're going with from now on. I feel like now these axes get to 110 too often. We gotta change it up. 110, boys. Oh, here comes that New Mexico wind. This is why we hit a little early in the day. But good news is it's blowing that way. Hopefully it doesn't mess the audio too bad for you guys. Hey, say first.
93 miles per hour.
You swing.
109 miles per hour.
So that's the craziest part about the forgiveness is, and you can see the ball mark. This was lower. That, I mean, that may not be that ball mark for that swing, but this is where it felt like I got it was lower, and the forgiveness is just nuts.
88 miles per hour.
Oh yeah.
114 miles per hour.
Going pretty well.
88 miles per hour. 110 miles per hour.
Shee. One hop.
84 miles per hour.
It's dying just a little bit.
110 miles per hour.
Oh, this is, there's not much left to say about axe, but
82 miles per hour.
there it is.
End it.
Over
That's
the
good.
big fence.
Definitely a fan. Felt good.
Super forgiving, it seems like.
Oh yeah.
And it's way heavier than I think you normally swing.
Yeah, definitely. You can tell by the way I'm breathing. 27 and a half. I like the handle. Feels good.
111 miles per hour.
Yeah, we're gonna call it there. Again, these axe bats, along with anything else we swing, that's just a whole lot of fun. We always put too many swings. We're good there. Not much left to say about axe. Sweet spots, really right up there with any of the top bats in kind of that elite tier. 12 and a half feels great. Still super forgiving. 1 ounce end load, easy through the zone. Again, huge shout out. Congrats to Joey Kampfer getting a signature. This will drop, I believe 50% of the stock will be at headbangersports.com, code ADS, or use my boy, I think it's Camp. I don't think it's fully Kampfer, but I'll make sure it's down in the description for you. Use whatever code you want for a discount. Rest will be over at Axe. I don't have an Axe code. I know Joey doesn't. So if you're gonna buy it from Axe, code I57, help out the AA team. But this will be dropping soon. Don't have an exact date. Keep your eyes peeled. All right, let's see where Joey Kampfer's Axe Fury's at. This 12.5-inch barrel felt phenomenal, by the way. But I'm also biased to 12.5-inch barrels. So let that sit at 0. And no different than what we've seen with any of the axes. We see maybe 5 to 10 max PSI drop, and they pretty much sit. So still at 255, maybe a hair above that. Either way, no issues there. Talk about more in the final thoughts. All right, we've tried this in the past. Again, axe, I don't know if you can tell there, has the angled end caps. So I'm gonna do my best just to get you something close, kind of balance it, let go of it, and see what we get. But the 27.5 Kampfer sitting at, as soon as we let go, I think I see about 27.4, 27.5. So either way, I would say it's pretty darn close to sticker. To me, even with the 1 ounce end load, it felt pretty close to sticker. I'd go with whatever you normally swing. I wouldn't worry about sizing up, sizing down. All right, that wraps it up for Joey Kampfer's signature edition Axe Fury. This is a 12.5-inch barrel. We're swinging 27.5, 1 ounce end load. Again, you'll see it on here. Headbanger Sports collabed on this one with Axe as well. As of shooting this, I know this is going to drop. Currently, the plan is for it to drop about 50% of the stock on Headbangers, 50% of the stock over on Axe. I've heard some rumors that might change a little bit and Headbangers might get quite a few more of them. Either way, you'll be able to grab it with discount code ADS. I don't have a date as of now, but if you're seeing this video, I promise it's within the next week. Should be within the next week at most. And with that being said, if they do drop on Axe and sell out on Headbangers, it's code I57 to support the I57 major or AA conference team over on axebat.com. But there's not really much left to say about Axe. The one thing for me is I do believe, and I think I mentioned while I was at the field, this is the first 12.5-inch barrel they've dropped. And I love 12.5. I currently game a Juno #1 primarily because it's 12.5. I love Matt Brady's Genesis because to me, the forgiveness and the performance you get on it plays like a slightly longer barrel, almost like a 12.5. And with this one, it was really no different. The sweet spot was amazing. Tons of forgiveness. With the axes, I think with the forgiveness you got with them and with the sweet spots, you can go with any model and it's not really going to be a huge issue. I don't find that there's a major difference for me going from a 12 like in the Zanes or the max load all the way up to the 13s, but they all perform great. At this point, pick the end load and the barrel length that you prefer, and that's what I would just kind of run with. But big shout out to Joey Kampfer on his first signature bat. 1, great paint job. 2, what better to do it with than a 12.5-inch axe in my mind. And again, if you go down the description of the video, I'll have Joey's discount code down there as well for Headbangers. I should have looked it up before doing this outro. I think it's Camp, like K-A-M-P, but I don't want to mess that up. So either way, check the description of the video. Feel free to use his link. If you want to use, or his code, use mine, ADS. Doesn't really matter. As long as you decide that you want one of these, get that discount. Make sure you're getting the best price possible. As always, feel free to reach out on averageslowpitch.com. Down in the description of the videos, the link tree, which has contact info, or any social medias. I can help you get kind of squared away, especially if you have questions, things like that. If you want expedited shipping, you can reach out to Joey over on Facebook. You can reach out to myself. We can both get you kind of squared away over on Headbanger's site. We have options for 2-day shipping, overnight shipping. So depending on obviously the drop date on this, let's just say it's a Thursday and you want this thing in time for a tournament that weekend, we can overnight it from that Thursday, get it to you on Friday. So either way, thanks for tuning in. Hope it's kind of helped you make the decision on if you want to grab this, maybe one of the other axe models out there now that they've dropped a bunch of signature models, obviously their main lines, things like that, or you just want to go a different route with another brand, whatever it might be. So regardless, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for the support. Have a great day.